And Southeast Power Sports. I decided to make a write-up on this machine, list of everything we did in case somebody wants to copy it, and we have it for future use as well, where we got everything what we did. So we'll start with the frame. Completely tore this machine down. This is a frame off restoration. We had everything gusseted. So gusset there. There's one up in here. We have a guy that is an excellent retired welder. Does a really good job. So we did Passion Red, number 4783. It's a real nice red, real close to the Fighting Honda red. So we've got a PRM bumper that came with the machine when we bought it. So we blasted and coated a gray color. We've got Wicked foot pegs. They're real nice pegs and make them for a lot of different machines. They also had a bracket kit for the Meyer front plastics. And the one we got from this side, we had to really bend it up and bend it around, make one of our own brackets to fit the Paul Turner pipe. These are all Meyer USA plastics. I mean, they look great, but you have to do some finagling to get them to fit right. Sometimes you have to make your own brackets, which we can do here. This is a Pete McLeod sticker kit. He's on Facebook. He makes a lot of different stickers for a lot of different machines, and will custom make you stickers. So we really like this design that he sent us. This is what we went with. We've got a BVC billet seat latch. I've got the pins up because I'm going to show something else down the road here. Skips, skid plates, full skid plate body. The only thing I don't like is that right there. I'm going to get a collar so we don't have washers in there. We had to do that to get it to fit. This is a Cosmic custom seat cover. And then we went with Spec Bolts Master Kit, which we get a lot of different hardware. A lot of it we use on the engine. All the bolts are really nice looking. They seem to hold up because we've been using them for a few years and we don't see any tarnish in anything yet. So we're happy with Spec Bolt. We get them right straight from Spec Bolt. These are our stock engine cases. I'm going to go around the other side here to see it better. The stock engine cases, we took everything out, sent the cases and the ESR cylinder into CT, and they went through everything. They bored the cases to accept this big bore. The ESR cylinder is bored out to 77.5. ESR is Eddie Sanders Racing. The cases all have been sandblasted, powder coated clear, and then the engine cases we powder coated gloss black with the Passion red color that we have. Cylinder's been pressure tested because they've been known to leak. And then we have a Pro X piston in there, and the CT provided the power valve, the head, and the coolant elbow for the clearance that came. The stuff that came on the head, we couldn't use it all, and it was missing the valve. So CT provided all that, and they also custom cut the dome, so we have 175 psi coming off this thing. And then we had to run a spacer plate as well. So we put the gaskets in where that we needed, and then we measured the piston, how far it was sticking out, 0.65 millimeters, and we send the head into CT, and they custom cut it for those specs. We've got a stock OEM CDI in here we got from Ryan Lotz on Facebook. He does a lot of used parts for these older machines. He's a good guy to get a hold of if you need something you can't find. Stock wiring harness is kind of beat up, so we just got to use one off eBay that was in much better shape. And then we've got a Mod Quad adjustable timing plate underneath that cover, along with a new rig stator because the stock stator was not working. Stock stator would work with the Dyno Jet CDI that we had in there, but it would not work with an OEM CDI, which is very strange. And on this side, same thing, same color scheme on this side. We had to replace the Kickstarter, it was damaged. And then we got a Hinson billet clutch basket in there with a new OEM bearing and an EBC clutch set. We run a Torco MTF-E 88 case oil, and then we've got a Fly easy pull clutch lever, makes it very easy with an OEM clutch cable, which was still available. I think actually I had to get that on locator, and they're discontinued. And then back up here, these are 0405 TRX250R shocks that we stripped down, powder coated, and we had rebuilt, and then did the springs. We did the same with the stock rear spring and shock. And then this is stock fuel tank. And that's where we put the 6-pack rack on because it doesn't hold much. And then we always put these Pingel valves in, company out of Wisconsin. High flow. Anytime you do any mods, put one of those valves on. And then we have a Boyesen 38mm intake and reeds. And then a 38 PWK Air Striker from Ryan Lotz as well. It has a power jet on it. And we cleaned all that, blasted, powder coated, clear, made it look nice. Got all new parts in it. And that is a 55 Pilot, 185 main, and a CEL needle. And then a Motion Pro new cable. A stock cable will not work on a carb like this, so you have to go with an aftermarket. And then we got the stock box was missing. So we got a used box off of eBay. And then come across this guy that makes lids for these. His name is Trey Block. And his company is 3D Side-by-Side Designs. It's on Facebook. And he's got a lid that has a slot in it. And then the delete plug for the intake tube that comes in. Also has a scoop on it. So you're not completely shutting off your box. Try to get as much air in there as you can. And then these older machines, exhaust options are not a big selection on them. So we scored this Paul Turner pipe. I think we got it for $600 on eBay. Pretty decent shape. It did have a ding in it. There's a guy that I know that can repair them in Ruchrome, so they look like new. And then this is just a regular FMF muffler that we polished. These are all stock swing arms, A-arms. All we did was coat them, cast them, coat them. And these all have all balls, spindles, and bearings and seals in there. All balls tie rod. This happened to be a stock lower control arm with the ball joint in it. And then we took and polished the tie rod sleeve. And then I got lucky with this, I found a PEP steering stabilizer. Bolts up pretty nice in there. Helps with hitting rocks on the trail. And then just a stock swing arm that we also blasted and coated. And we did some detail back here on the carryover with OEM bearings and seals. Seemed to last a little longer than the aftermarket stuff. And then we did some coating on the brake disc and the brake disc and the rotor. That's just the stock rear caliper rebuilt, coated, and put a block off plate for the emergency brake. Same as the Master, rebuilt with OEM parts and coated. And then was able to find a brand new OEM rear reservoir and all the parts for it. Could not find the hose, so I had to reuse the hose, but the hose is in okay shape. And then these are just, this is a PBR radiator shrouds you can get off eBay, and a GPI aluminum 3-row radiator. Fairly reasonable on there. I've never had a problem with these certain eBay parts. A lot of people I know have and complain about them, but I never have. And then this is a RHC Brake Master from aftermarket. I think it's out from 0405 TRX250R. Comes with a brake switch, so you can actually wire into your harness a brake light, which we did. We did this on some of our other machines, works out great. So this is a tail light with a brake light. And then these, we had to get custom brake lines because we raised up the steering a little bit, the longer handlebar, and it didn't quite reach. So we got these are Apex I think these are stock on the side, but Apex supplied us with a custom length brake line. You can find them on Facebook. And then, oh, also the brakes. We'll put all EBC severe duty brake pads in them. Those are the only brake pads that I'll use. And then stock calipers are in pretty decent condition, so we just left them. We didn't do anything but change the pads on them. And then this is a chrome vintage handlebar you can get off of eBay. I think it's like 40 bucks for a nice handlebar. And then this is just an aftermarket control switch, which you can't find originals. They're very hard to find, and they're really beaten up, and you can't read them. So we just put a $30 one off of eBay on there. So at least it looks nice. It does work. It works fine. I don't know how long it'll last, so. And then we wanted to switch because we go riding. We want to be able to have a key for our machine. And the key switches for these things, plastic panel is ridiculous. You can't find them anymore. They're like 400 bucks, and they look terrible. So we just took a piece of metal and made a key switch, and this key switch is it's for a, I think it's also for a TRX250R. And the control switch is called a BZA control switch. And then we got some, I think these handle grips, I think we probably got off eBay or Amazon as well. And then some Power Mad handlebar covers, also off of eBay. And then these are DWT wheels all the way around. The machine came with these ITP hole shots on them, which are in really nice shape. But the tires weren't so great, so we put 20s on the rear. And these might even be 22s. Yeah, these are 22s we put on the rear, just for you have some more top speed. I like having bigger tires in the front than the reverse. A lot of people have bigger tires in the front versus smaller in the rear. I think they look stupid, so I do 22s, and I think this is a 20. Oh, these are 21s. So, and I think that's it. That's everything we did to it.